Hey y'all, Cat McCloud here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about some Charlotte Tilbury dupes, and I'm going to be taking you through a tutorial to get her iconic pillow talk look. Now, I personally don't actually own any of Charlotte Tilbury's products, so I'm talking about this in theory, based on swatches, based on other videos that I've seen. I think today what I'm going to be going for, rather than exactly matching the colors, exactly matching the formulas, I'm going to try to match the effect. And we're going to get a pillow talk look just on a budget. So this is a really great way to get inspiration for shopping your stash, is literally just finding a look and seeing if you have any similar products to create the same effect. So in case you guys are wondering, I am going to link the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk tutorial video below. That way you guys know where I'm getting my inspiration from for the products and the look we're going for. I have watched this like 10 times. So any good makeup artist or tutorial will tell you that the first step of any makeup look is skin prep. And so they skin prepped with Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream and her eye cream. I have already put on my own face moisturizer and my own eye cream, but for this look, we're kind of going for like a really lit from within, glowy, almost sweaty look, kind of like that afterglow effect. And so I really want something super dewy for my base. For that, I am going to be using my Touch and Sol Glassy Skin Balm. Y'all know that I love this stuff. I am like working through it. I'm almost out of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a layer of this all over my skin. I just dermaplaned my whole face in my last video, so my face is a little bit sensitive, which is why it's turning red, but I'm hoping that that will cause my makeup to go on super smoothly. The next thing they used was Charlotte's Wonder Glow Primer. I don't have that, but I do have the Soft Focus Glow from Milani, and it seems like it's gonna be pretty much the exact same effect on the skin. Basically, we're looking for almost like a metallic glow, like a very soft highlighter. I've heard that this is also a dupe for the Hollywood Flawless filter because it has a little bit of a glow and also the tiniest amount of coverage. But again, I have no idea. So I'm applying this a little bit to my nose, my cheeks and cheekbones. I'm thinking my top lip and also my chin a little bit. There we go. That's a glow. Now they went ahead with their foundation, but because everything is going to be very soft and feminine and blown out, I really want a seamless finish. So I'm going to put on my concealer first. And I am using my Hydrating Camo Concealer. They used Charlotte's Magic Away Liquid Concealer. I don't know if this is a dupe for that concealer. This is just my favorite glowy concealer, and I think that that's kind of what you're going for, is pretty much every product we're going to be using today has some sort of a glow to it. They use their fingers to blend it out. I am not at that level of skill that actually looks good when I do that. So use at your own discretion. Because this is kind of a sweaty look, I'm going to highlight right here in the corners of my nose, just getting rid of any and all redness. We want a really glowy upper lip. Alrighty, now I'm going to go ahead with my foundation. The glowiest and nicest foundation that I have in my collection is the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear. I have mine in the shade 410. Oh, by the way, my shade for the Soft Focus Glow was one Nude Glow, and for the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer was Fair Beige, just in case y'all were wondering. So I'm going to use about a half a pump of this. The thing that you'll find with celebrity and professional makeup artists is that the less product you can use on the face, especially when it comes to foundation and concealer, the better. I'm just using a brush because it feels more professional. You can use whatever you want to use. Now I'm going to use my damp sponge, and I'm just going to go pat over everything we just did, just to give it a little bit more of an airbrushed effect. Okay, because a lot of celebrity makeup artists don't use eye primer, I'm not going to today either. I'm just going to set with a little bit of my setting powder. Now in the video, they use Charlotte's Airbrush Flawless Filter Powder, which is a very finely milled pressed powder that leaves a little bit of a glow behind after you've set something with it. So that's what you're looking for in a dupe. I've heard that Flower Beauty has one in their pressed powder, and that number 7 also has one. I want to say it's called the Lift Illuminate, and even the packaging looks similar to Charlotte Tilbury's on that one. But today I'm going to be using my most hydrating setting powder, and that is the J.Cat Aquasurance Compact Foundation. And so I'm just going to grab a little small amount of that on a small setting brush, and I'm just going to tap that over my under eyes and my T-zone. For contouring, they use the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. I think that I have found the closest dupe, and I am always shocked that nobody talks about this in their dupe videos. This product is also called a Bronze and Glow, and it is from I Heart Revolution. It is in this little chocolate bar packaging, so cute. I'm sure if you put them side by side, they would be absolute head-on dupes, like shade for shade and everything. I love the contour shade of this because it's nice and cool tone. It's almost a little pinky, and so you can bronze or you can contour with it. And then this highlighter is just so buttery. My only problem with this palette is that it smells a little cheap. Like, it smells like they tried to scent it, but like it didn't quite work out. It just smells kind of chemically and bad. Honestly, I love the packaging so much. So I am going to use my Charlotte Tilbury technique and just follow the hollow, darling. So basically you're gonna suck in your cheeks, and wherever you see the hollow, follow that angle. I'm also gonna use this to contour my forehead a little bit, aka 5 head, and my nose and just all around. Now I think it's time for a little highlighter. They kind of put it all over the cheek area. I'm not used to that, but whatever. If they did it in the Charlotte Tilbury video, it must be right. And I'm gonna grab my smaller highlighting brush and just kind of put that on my lips and my nose and the corners of my nose again. I will warn you, this stuff does emphasize texture just the teeniest amount, so just be aware of that. Now I think it's time for some eyebrows. Obviously they used a Charlotte Tilbury pencil. I just think if you do like an uplifted and lightly filled in brow, you'll get the same effect, so that's what I'm gonna do. By the way, that was my e.l.f. brow pencil in the shade Taupe. Now I'm going to move on to the blush. Now, Charlotte Tilbury has a very unusual and very unique blush layout. So basically, her blush is pressed almost into like a bullseye pattern. And so you have one circle in the middle, and then you have another circle of a different color on the outside. For the Pillow Talk one, what you're looking for is that outside blush is a really mauve blush. From what I've seen, it's kind of a matte blush, and then on the inside, it's like a pink champagne, almost highlighter blush topper. But when you swirl them together, what you get is like this rosy mauve, it's almost like a smoky rose kind of neutral pink soft glow blush. My choice from my collection is the Essence Satin Touch blush in Satin Love. This sucker is like $2.99 or something stupid like that, and it is the most beautiful satin finish. However, I think you can get this effect from like the Maybelline Fit Me blushes, and they have a lot of different color choices in there. And then if you're not wanting to pay Charlotte Tilbury prices, but you don't mind paying a little bit more for a blush, Buxom has their Wanderlust blushes that are that same soft glow effect. I think a baked blush would be great, but anything that's kind of like a satin soft glow finish and is that mauvey tone on your skin. So I'm going to just pat my large fluffy blush brush in here, and I'm just going to touch this kind of to the apples of my cheeks and sweep outwards a little bit. So we're really just trying for that neutral pink monochromatic look between the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. There we go. Now for the moment I'm sure that we've all been waiting for, the eyeshadow palette. So Charlotte has her own little quad, and the Pillow Talk quad comes with 4 different shades. One is a champagne shimmery pink that is called her prime shade. The second one is the enhanced shade, and it's that neutral matte pink that's been running throughout the look. The third shade is the smoke shade, and it's kind of a neutral brown, but it's a mid-tone brown. It is not a dark brown at all. And that kind of contributes to the soft glam effect that you're going to get at the end because there's not a lot of contrast in the palette. The last shade is kind of a lid topper. It's more of a thinner shade, and it is the Pop shade. It's a pink shimmer with a gold reflect to it, from what I can see from all of the swatches. So if you have those 4 shades in your collection, you don't need to buy that palette. And honestly, those 4 shades aren't all that uncommon, but finding them in one place is a little bit of a challenge. The palette that I'm going to use today is one that I believe is being discontinued. It is the Milani Pure Passion palette. This guy not only has those kind of 4 shades, it's a little bit warmer, but I think it's close enough. So you can get a Pillow Talk-esque look from this palette. As far as other recommendations though, honestly my number 1 recommendation would probably be the Too Faced Natural Nudes palette. If, however, you don't want to support Too Faced for whatever reason, there's always the option of building your own palette. ColourPop has a really nice program. It's 12 shades for $24, but also Colored Rain and Coastal Scents have a lot of different options as well. All that being said though, we're going to go ahead and use the Pure Passion palette. So I'm going to start out just like they do in the video, and I'm going to use my shimmery champagne pink right here. This is called Afterglow in the palette, which is fitting, honestly. And we're gonna cover the entire eye area with this shade. So we've got that. Why am I not looking in this mirror? Next, we are going to dip into this pink right here that is called Always Think of Me. It comes kind of like peachy on my skin tone, but whatever, we're gonna do the best we can. And I'm gonna put this like right in the crease pretty much. And that's going to be our transition shade, really. I'm using a bigger fluffy brush just to kind of blend that out because I don't like how intense it got. Next, I'm going to dip into Totally Fond of You, and I'm going to put this on the outer corner. This is the order that they kind of use these shades in the video, and so that's how I'm using them. Again, this shade is a little warm compared to theirs. Theirs seemed a little bit more neutral, but it looks different in every type of lighting, so honestly you can fake it. So we're also going to take that matte pink and we're going to run it under the entire eye. This kind of gives that blown out effect. It just adds. And we're also going to take a smudgy brush to that fawn shade and really get that in the corners. Lastly, I'm going to take my finger in this pink gold shimmer shade, and it is called Lust and Luminous. And I'm just going to add that kind of in the center of my lid. I'm also going to take a small pencil brush and tap it into my highlighter and get my little inner corner right here. Now, adding to that dewy effect, I am going to use my Tarte Stay Spray. Okay, so I've just curled my lashes, and I decided I would kind of throw in a freebie for y'all. So Charlotte Tilbury has a Pillow Talk eyeliner, and from what I can see, it's kind of a burgundy liner. It's like a burgundy brown. I got the closest thing I could find at the drugstore, and that is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Last Longwear Eye Pencil in the shade Burgundy. So I'm just going to be using this a little bit on my outer corner just to kind of deepen it up and add a little contrast because that's what I like to see. And I'm probably going to smudge it out just a little bit using a smudger brush. Okay, now it's time for mascara. I'm going to be using the Too Faced Dang Girl Mascara just because I want like those kind of really voluminous and sexy lashes. How I apply this is going to change how the look goes. I personally like to apply and like point it in when I sweep it up. I know that's dumb, but it kind of opens up the lashes. But if you wanted more of that cat eye closed off sexy look, you could pull it out to the side. Actually, I think I'm going to do that today. Now it's time for lips. So for the lip liner, the Pillow Talk lip liner is a neutral pink, almost your lips, but a little tiny bit pinker. I'm going to be using the NYX lip liner in Nude Pink. And I think that they just lined like right on the model's lips. I don't think they overdrew or anything. From what I could see, they didn't like fill in the whole lip with lip liner. So I personally like to just rub my lips together so that the line gets blurred a little bit into the center of my lip. Last but not least, duping the Pillow Talk lipstick. It's a neutral pink lipstick, got beige undertones, almost a taupe, almost a rose. It's kind of a little bit of everything. If you have watched any number of dupe videos for this lipstick, you know the one that I'm about to say. This is from Flower Beauty, and it is the Petal Pout lip color in Spiced Petal. That is the perfect name for this shade. It's kind of a rose, but it's got a little bit of spiciness to it. And it's a really nice like cream satin finish lipstick. However, if you are trying to go a little bit more matte at the drugstore, I would recommend the Wet n Wild Mega Last Matte Lipstick in Bare It All. This is a little bit warmer and a little bit browner of a shade, but you're gonna get kind of the same effect, and it's gonna be completely matte. The next one I have to recommend to you is really more for a medium to deep skin tone. If the Pillow Talk winds up looking a little bit ashy on you or a little bit too light for your liking, I would recommend the Maybelline Color Sensational Lipstick in Mauve for Me. It's a little bit deeper, a little bit warmer, and I think it would wind up giving you a similar effect as the Pillow Talk. This is one of their like made for all lipsticks, and they are absolutely beautiful shades. Again, that one's a satin finish though. However, my favorite dupe for that lipstick is one that I got through Ipsy, and it is from a brand called Belle and Argent. It is a silver screen inspired vegan cruelty-free makeup brand. I just love everything about them. I love their packaging. It's so beautiful. This is their Auteur matte lip color in the shade 3 Plays. And this is a true matte, but it feels so creamy on the lips. This is the one that I'm going to be using today. So y'all, that completes our Pillow Talk dupe tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoyed and that I gave you a little bit of inspiration for shopping your own stash or even just for shopping for new makeup products. If you want something in the beauty world and for whatever reason you don't want to buy from a certain brand or you don't want to pay a certain price for it, you can almost always find it from somebody else. There are so many thousands of brands and so many tens of thousands of products that you can find whatever you're looking for at the price point that you want. It's just going to take a little bit of shopping and a little bit of hunting and maybe watching videos like this. If you guys enjoyed this and if you want me to do more celebrity makeup look inspired videos, I am more than happy to do that. I love creating different looks. I love being inspired by my own collection and by the people that I'm following. So if there are any specific requests that you have, please don't be afraid to put them in the comments below. And if you have any Charlotte Tilbury dupes that you know of, please go ahead and comment those as well for the benefit of everybody watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you like and subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Okay, bye!